We're looking bullish.
We're still bullish. We still haven't lost any major levels to make us completely and utterly bearish.
So, William, I got a question. What do you think price target on the end of the bull run should be?
Depending how well it goes, I'm sticking to between the 120 to 200,000. I'm really confident we hit 120 to 150. I would love 200 though. But a lot of indicators are saying that 120 is a really safe number.
Yeah. TP zone. To follow up, I'm on the TP of 120 and the bull case of a $200,000 Bitcoin. If Bitcoin does reach $200,000, what do you think the pullback would be once the bear market is in full effect? Welcome back, everybody,
to another week
of your favorite crypto podcast,
Sometimes Crypto,
the Unscripted
Crypto Podcast.
Heyo.
Heyo.
So, William, first question. Are we bullish or are we bearish?
We're always bullish.
We're always bullish.
We're always bullish.
I don't know, William. The market was saying that something opposite this past weekend. It looked quite bearish to me.
Look where we are.
And look where we are. Where are we? We're coming
I saw
back.
Bitcoin go from was it 60s or was it 50s? Whatever from mid 50s all the way to to go like this to $48,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it got pretty low.
It went like this. ETH to $2,100. Solana to 117.
Ouch. Yeah, 117, something
117?
like that.
Yeah,
Super
117.
low.
Injective,
and it was close to 200.
112. I mean, 12.
It's out. It's bloody out there. It was bloody out there, at least.
All because of of Japan. This is all because of Japan. This is Japan's fault. I'm
strictly Japan's fault.
But
no. What do you mean kidding? It's strictly Japan's.
I mean,
it's not their fault. It's because of the actions that they took.
It is their fault.
No. So essentially, what happened? Japan raised their interest rates, and that messed up a lot of people's positions in markets all over the world, and they had to restructure themselves, pretty much sell off everything they had so they could stop losing money. That caused a massive sell-off, and everything dumped. I was getting text messages in the morning. They're like, the buddy was like saying, "Bro, I've never seen anything like this before. It is bleeding insane." And I was like, "Oh my god, do I even want to look?"
You don't. I didn't look.
No,
I still haven't adjusted my portfolio to the new prices. I just haven't. I've left it. I'm like, I'm not bothered. I'm not gonna hurt myself. I'm not gonna hurt my feelings.
Just gonna stay where it is for the time being.
I'm not gonna touch it. So what? As you were saying, it's the carry trade, as they call it.
The carry trade.
Yeah,
Japan was carrying.
I don't know why it's called the carry trade, but it unwind way back, like in mid-July. As you said, I'm not explaining it, but add to it. Essentially,
I gave a very high level.
Yeah, no.
I barely explained it. Let's get into the weeds.
Because I didn't know about this either. So apparently it's investors, big companies, big money, whales. That this is what happened both in crypto and in the stock market. They would borrow Japanese yen, take that yen, buy dollars with it, and then invest it. At the time when they were borrowing, it was 0% interest. The way that trade stays stable is either the assets stay at zero, the one they initially borrowed, and the one they converted into cannot become more expensive to hold or devalue if you're holding an actual asset. So the minute yen went up and the minute that they raise rates, that asset now becomes more expensive, and at the same time, the assets they were holding start to devalue
against the yen.
Against the yen.
Yeah. So it's those two things were the things that they had to be careful with, and that trigger of changing the interest rates just affected both. The cost of borrowing the money, the yen, and then the valuation of that yen to the asset that they were trading it for. It wasn't necessarily dollars. It was most of it. A lot of it was dollars.
The
obviously.
majority is dollars.
Yeah, but then it was also India that got affected and China.
Yeah.
Because a lot of traders a lot of companies would borrow yen from from Japan, and either convert it to USD, rupees, or yuan. I think it's yuan, yeah.
So yeah,
that led to a massive bloodbath.
So the minute that 25%, I mean that 0.25% rate hike, it's nothing serious in terms of what it like percentage wise.
Yeah, only 25 basis points.
25
Yeah, quarter of a percent.
The minute that happens, the trades that are all held by have to start being unwind, meaning they have to start selling off to start paying off the original loan amount, to not continue to bleed money. And since there was so many people, it just caused a mass hysteria. Markets just tanked. Black swan event, literally a black swan event.
Literally a black swan event.
And then in crypto, the reason it also happened the way it happens because since there's so much leverage in the market, either in margin or just money borrowed on top of money, the minute you get liquidated, those assets are being liquidated. The ones you're holding are being sold off. So then it just causes
leveraging will like a spiraling effect for sure.
I mean, there was, if I'm not mistaken, in that 24-hour window, $1.4 billion liquidated in crypto.
Wow.
The biggest crypto liquidation in, I think, 3 years.
Yeah. That's actually that reminds me. I saw somewhere saying that it was similar to when
FTX
China banned FTX, and when China banned crypto mining inside the country.
Which is now it's like, since I didn't have any foresight or foreknowledge about this information, now I do, and it's like, oh, this is a thing you have to look out for.
Yeah,
because it's like definitely the minute it unwinds, it happens really fast. The thing is, for some reason, it bounced pretty quick. So it happened Sunday night for US or for East Coast time zones.
I know crypto bounced, but has stock market bounced back up?
Yeah, Nvidia bounced the morning of Monday. Monday morning, it bounced.
It bounced Monday morning?
Yeah.
Okay,
everything bled respectively, but from where it was to where it went is a different story.
Yeah. Okay, I see. Because I know I have a list of stocks here actually, and how much they dropped because of this event. I'm talking double digits and not small numbers. With the smallest one being Microsoft losing 12%, Nvidia lost 20%, and then AMD lost 37%.
So I will pull up on my side. So Nvidia was at, this was what, August 1st. So this is August 2nd. So August 2nd, market close, Nvidia was at 108. Market opened, Nvidia was at $90. It closed at $100.
Okay, yeah. So it definitely closed. It definitely like made some back then.
So it did. I'm not saying it fully recovered back to where it was prior. I'm just saying it did bounce off. It hit that low, market open, and then just steady climbed up.
Yeah, but still 108 to 100 is still pretty massive losses. And I'm almost positive. Like, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I'm almost positive that the majority of the people who made the money during this huge correction were people who doubled down.
Oh, those two on the
obviously, if you're shorting, you got lucky with like a major payday.
So there's a guy in the chat I'm in who just luckily was shorting since Friday. Like, since Friday night, he was just in a short. He let it run through, and it was like, well then.
Yeah, like people like that, they just won the lottery essentially.
No, definitely there was an effect, but I'm saying they bounce respect. Like crypto's up, most tokens are up 20-30%
From their lows.
from that initial wick down.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing is like the problem is if you lose 20%, 20% gain isn't going to get you back to where you were.
What?
Yeah, if you lose 20%, so like let's say token's worth $100. To lose 20% of that $100, it's going to go down to $80. Right? But then if it's going to for it to go back up to where it was at $100, it's not up 20%.
For you,
It has to go up more than that. No.
You just went up. The 20% went down.
Okay, yes, but the up is not 20% from 100. It's the up is 20% from 80. So 20% of 80 is 16%. So you only get to $96. You're still short.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that like it's like people kind of forget about that.
Yeah, it didn't go up the full. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm glad that it's recovering. It's like that's a good thing, but there's still major losses. There are still pretty good losses out there. Seeing how it recovered so well. Loss. Yeah, that's what you get for leveraging. Leveraging is a dangerous game, guys. Oh, and then on top of that, I saw Watcher Guru on X posted at 9:50 in the morning yesterday on August 5th when it happened that there are 5 platforms that went down that crashed during this: Charles Schwab, TD Ameritrade, Vanguard, E-Trade, and Fidelity. So it's not just crypto; it's also the stock market that's affected by this.
Yeah, of course. But my Fidelity was working.
Oh yeah, at 9:50 in the morning.
Whenever I went to go in, it was early enough to where I was using it. And also, I saw Graham Stephan, he's a YouTuber, talk about it, but just go like the online version, like the desktop version of Charles Schwab's was working, but the app wasn't.
That might be the case where certain versions of the app might have crashed.
But yeah, they were definitely having issues. Also, on that same note,
at least it's not Coinbase this time.
Yes. Also, the DEXs had no issues. They kept on running perfectly fine.
That's actually really good news. That's a perfect proof of concept in action.
Do you hear any background noise?
I don't think so. I don't hear anything.
Okay. Because I hear the patter in the other room.
Pitter patter.
Yeah. No, I was just asking.
William's got a very active dog.
Oh, it's not. It's not a dog. It's a hungry girlfriend.
Oh.
That makes just as much noise as an active dog.
Yeah. Maybe more at times. Especially if the girlfriend's hungry.
Yeah, much more actually. We love her. Don't take it the wrong way, whoever. For those 3 people who listen.
Well.
But yeah, it was a thing. Also, same note, ETFs for the most part were neutral. There were some outflows, but not as many as you would think.
Yeah. That's good news. I would have thought that they would have dropped like crazy.
I'm trying to let me pull it up real quick now so I can see it on my end. Okay.
ETF held. So that means that they're less likely to be swayed from the market actions than typical retail traders?
Yes. What was yesterday? It was the 5th. Is this out yet?
Yesterday was the 5th, good sir. Today is the 6th.
So total outflows for the 5th was 196 million.
That sounds pretty.
And inflows
Pretty
were 27. You would think so, right? But if you look at it like this, GBTC had 69 million in outflows. You had Fidelity had 58, and then you had, if it can touch, and you had ARC who had 69.
So the majority came from those three.
That's it. That's where they all came from. And BITV, this is the other one, had 2.9 million inflow.
Okay.
So I'm not saying it wasn't negative. What I'm saying is the ones who did outflow are expected. Ooh,
yeah.
Microphone fell. At least GBT is expected. Fidelity, I was not expecting that much, but it's for a capitulation, Black Swan event. Not terrible. And BlackRock saw 0 outflows.
BlackRock saw 0 outflows.
Yeah, there's only those three those three ETFs had outflows.
Okay, William, can you check your mic? I'm hearing like a little bit of a. It's getting worse now.
Is it?
Oh, it's very minimal now.
I can. Is it better?
Yeah, completely gone. It's quiet.
Okay, so the back end, the one that connects into the Scarlet, was a little loose apparently.
Oh, okay.
Like they just pushed it back in.
Okay.
They like moving my stuff around a lot when I'm not around.
Ah. Tends to happen when you're not defending your
space,
your territory.
your territory. But they had, in my opinion, relatively low outflows.
Yeah, that's not bad. Especially seeing how BlackRock had no outflows. And those three, typically we expected. Like Grayscale, obviously. Like
I will think Grayscale would always bleed a little bit for any reason.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure that the other two just have a slightly higher management rates.
No, not Fidelity at least.
No. Okay.
So I think the problem with ARC, I think people don't like Cathie Woods a lot, and they're like, I don't have any excuse to get out.
Yeah, Kathy's a little rambunctious. She's very ambitious and comes off not easy. I don't have any beef with her, but that's just the vibe I get from people.
For people who,
from her opinion, like their opinion on her.
maybe. But on that same note, Michael Saylor wants to raise another $2 billion to buy Bitcoin.
Ayo.
And Metaplanet, the Japanese company, wants to buy another.
Them.
Yes, we did. And they want to buy another 10.8 million yen worth of Bitcoin.
Another 10.8 million.
Oh, no, 10.8 billion yen.
Billion yen.
I think they're very much they're very devalued compared to the dollar, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
I think that's a couple million.
A while ago. We did the maths a couple whiles ago. But
so that's bullish.
The yen did get some strength against the US dollar recently because of this interest rate.
Well,
change.
This is what I forgot to mention. The Japanese stock market last night also bounced at the peak. 8% was up. It was
up really?
8%. Yeah. They didn't keep on selling off as people thought would have happened because of the whole situation.
That's not bad. That's good then.
Yeah.
I think that shows more market stability, more confidence in the market than people expect.
Give it credit for, yeah.
Yeah, I give it credit for.
Same as the VIX, which is an inverted index, essentially. So like
VIX, like VICKS?
What? No, VIX.
VIX, okay.
Yeah. It's essentially like an index. It's a fund, you would say, that is meant to only go up when the market has turmoil. So like,
really, how does it do that?
I don't
searching
know.
it up. I'm searching it
You
up.
can Google it. I really don't know how it does it. I just know it does it. Like it's a play against good time. Like it's a play for bad times.
Interesting. Okay.
And
So what happened with that?
And that went up 141% when everything went down.
141%.
Yeah, it spiked up and then came back down.
That's pretty insane.
Yeah, it's only every time it's done those multiple spikes during COVID now. What typically follows is the stock market goes on a rampage on the uptrend afterwards.
What typically follows is the stock market goes on a rampage afterwards.
Yeah. Typically, after black swan events or big sell-offs like we saw, you see markets just blow up. During COVID, Bitcoin went down from 6,000 to like 2 to 3,000. We went to 20. Or it went from 20 to 3,000. Some number range like that. And we saw a huge rip up. And the same happened with with the stock market.
Okay. So I searched up the Wikipedia for it and found an insane math problem, algorithm of sorts. This Wikipedia is very complex. I don't know. I'm not going to try to even try to figure out how they do it. But yeah, it looks like it's supposed to do exactly as you said. Detect volatility.
Yeah.
And whenever there's a lot of commotion, just shoot up.
Pretty much.
You're spot on with the definition.
Yeah. So on this topic of VIX, Japanese yen, rates, hikes, and all this fun stuff, we also assumed that if this turmoil, this down pressure would continue with everything that's going around the world, we also assumed that the Fed was going to issue a emergency meeting. Since
Yeah,
they
it
kept
looks like it might be.
since they kept rates the same before the jobs report came out, since job report came out way worse than they anticipated.
Yep.
They thought that was going to happen, which it hasn't happened, and it might not happen because things
What might not?
They might not get the emergency rate cut, emergency Fed meeting.
Fed meeting. Oh, okay.
So
I'm
we have
gonna
a
be
meeting,
honest.
We have a scheduled meeting for September because we had a meeting last week.
Yeah. So I would personally hope that they don't cut rates, because I think if they do, that we'll see some type of inflation coming back. Yeah, hopefully the job market gets better, but I just don't particularly think that the economy is quite there yet. And you're right, the job market report was pretty bad. It went from 4.1% in June to 4.3% last month in July.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2.2% increase.
Yeah. Which for jobs, it's a very small change, but it's a significant amount.
Yeah, definitely significant. So I actually was reading into something called the SAHM rule, SAHM.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's pretty much something that signals a downturn whenever there's a change of unemployment by a 0.5 percentage after 12 months. So essentially, every time that unemployment changes 0.5% within 12 months, the economy tends to take a hit of sorts.
Yeah.
There's this very cool, very extensive, I'm trying to find it now, tweet, X-post by @ReefInsights. Very extensive, covers the SAM rule quite efficiently, yeah, super well. So I'm gonna make sure to add that in the comments, not in the comments, in the description below. So if you get a chance to read it, I think it'd be an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently the person who made that rule, it's a girl, I forgot her first name. She said that in this particular climate, it might not be as accurate as it usually is. So in this post that I was just mentioning, it actually starts off saying that in the past, since 1950, it has only provided one false positive, which is in 1959.
So this is a second,
Well,
essentially.
there's an assumption that it might be a second false positive.
And they can't just be saying that because it's an election year and
Well,
all that matters.
it's the person who made this discovery, like this rule. She's like, I think this one might not fit this particular case.
Maybe.
I don't know. If she made this back in 1950, she gotta be pretty old. I don't think she'll try to sway the.
You want to try that again, buddy?
1950.
Yeah, she could. Yeah.
Yeah, William, that's possible.
Yeah, no, I thought in my head I'm like, she's 120. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm doing something wrong there. I'm like, wait a minute, not that old.
No, she might be close to 100 though. I don't know how old she is. I'm gonna search her up. I'm gonna search her up. Claudia Sam is her name.
Don't tell me. 82.
Damn, William, did you search it up?
No, I haven't. I swear. Pinky promise.
Hold on. Who the heck is this? There's no way.
Why?
Okay, well, I'm searching her up on Wikipedia, and she's young. She's not old, like at all. So,
granddaughter.
No. Claudia Ree Sam is an American economist currently serving as chief economist for New Century Advisors. She's also the founder of Sam Consulting.
How old is she?
I don't see her age, but she's young. She's not old. Like, I'm looking at this picture. This picture looks like it was taken yesterday.
I haven't said anything. I'm just asking how old she is. Then she couldn't have made it in 1950.
Unless like it's something that she made and then just like back tested it back till 1950.
Maybe.
So I am research. Sam conducts research in macroeconomics with focus on business cycles, fiscal stimulus, and consumer behavior. Her research has appeared in numerous Fed's notes, FEDS, books, and major academic journals. Outside the academic audience, Sam is known for Sam's rule, also known as Sam Recession Indicator. One reliable early signal of recession is the Sam rule. A downturn is probably occurring if the 3-month average of the unemployment rate has risen by at least 0.5 percentage points above its low point in the previous 12 months. This rule has signaled every recession since 1970 with virtually no false positives. So 1970 with no false positives, and then 1950 with one false positive. So it does look like it's a back testing thing.
Yeah. Never
But
mind.
it doesn't say when. Yeah, it doesn't say when she posted it. But yeah, damn. I was hoping for a super old lady.
You didn't get that.
That's why it's always good to really delve deep into whatever rabbit hole you find, and don't just skim over it, because our perceptions, our ideas of what we assume things to be, and just like try to fill in the blanks, aren't usually right.
Fair. On that same note, we're definitely getting rate cuts next meeting.
I thought you okay, next meeting.
Next meeting,
But no emergency meeting.
From as of right now, there is no emergency meeting gonna happen, and that we're most likely getting a rate. We're definitely getting a rate cut next meeting in September.
Definitely.
Yeah, they're pricing it in 50. They're pricing in 50 basis points this time.
50 basis points.
Yeah, we assumed we were gonna get a rate cut either way, like the assumption, because the way he was talking in the FOMC meeting that just passed was hawkish, was not hot, was dovish, meaning he was leading towards it. Like he was saying, like we're gonna wait for next meeting, but it does look like we're on the track to have a potential rate cut by then. He literally said we're getting a rate cut next meeting if indicators look good.
Yeah.
And that means the job report didn't come out till the next day, which if it came out the day before, he would have given it pretty much.
Yeah, but 50 basis points I think is a little excessive.
Well,
but I'm not an economist.
They're saying 50 now because the market just took a dump.
Yeah, that I think is accurate. Yeah.
That's why they're pricing 50. I was assuming 25 without the dump.
Mm-hmm. That's what I would assume too.
Now with the dump, probably 50, and they're pricing that there might be another one later down the road.
Well, about that quantitative easing.
Something like that. And on that exact same note, keeping with the not government, but just what will affect markets, U.S. Treasury to begin buying back $46 billion in government debt starting tomorrow. Fed printing machine is back, baby.
Oh wow! What do you mean? It's back because they're printing money to buy back their debt.
Yep.
Oof. Is that a good thing?
No.
No. Then why are they doing it?
Because the markets need it. It's the only way to alleviate pain, like stress. Because if they buy back their debt, they can like deal with the issue of paying whatever they need to pay on it. Essentially, if I'm not mistaken. Because it's issued out by T-bills, by Treasury bills.
Mm-hmm. So T-bills are pretty much like loans that people are offered by the government. Someone offers, like, let's say $1,000
at 5%. You get your 1,000 plus 5% in
after X amount of time. Yeah.
Yeah. Typically, the longer the loan, the more you get paid for holding it.
Yeah, but then the United States Treasury is buying it back.
Yep.
And the only way they're going to buy that back is by printing out more money so that they could actually afford it and not have to give back that interest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Printing machine goes burr. Bitcoin goes to the moon. It's typically what happens.
Yeah. So what they're gonna what they're gonna do is they're gonna issue new debt to buy the old debt, because the new debt's gonna expire before the old debt. I mean, the old debt's gonna expire before the new debt has to expire. They're kicking the bucket down the line.
Yeah. How big of a hole are we in?
$35 trillion last time I checked. Like we just
should I be scared?
$35 trillion the other day.
Should I be scared?
Yeah, at the current rate, from the last numbers I heard, was we're increasing. I think it was 2 to 4 trillion per year, and increasing that rate by by $1 trillion a year. So like every year we are printing like 2 to 4, and we're increasing by $1 trillion, like to something like that. So this year you printed 2, there's a good likelihood next year we're doing 3. I think this year we've already printed $2 trillion, and we're on the road to print a third.
To print a third trillion, yeah, for sure. Seeing how much time we have left in the year.
Every 100 and something days, it's $1 trillion we're spending. Or every 100 and something days.
You know, sometimes I wonder to myself why we always end up having this exact same conversation. Because
it affects market.
It does affect the market, but then
everything we're talking about affects the market to a degree.
Then it just reminds me how annoyed I get at the government for not being fiscally responsible and not taking care of its asset, printing out money, taking on loans, devaluing the currency and spending more of it than they actually print out.
Makes you feel better. All countries do this for the most part.
I don't think that makes me feel better. If I'm being honest. That just means that all countries, all governments are fucking over the people. Hardcore.
So,
because
I wouldn't.
I don't know of any country that actually charges 0% taxation.
They're
zero taxation.
Singapore charges close to
Singapore.
zero.
Wow. Good for
Dubai
Singapore then.
has somewhat of zero taxation. Not zero like everything, but like zero to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
there's always some form of tax, but there are countries with some of the lowest.
Because if the government has the ability to print out the money, what's the need for taxing us? Just print it out. Just fuck us beyond our back anyways. Don't fuck us in our don't make us fuck ourselves and then you fuck us some more.
I don't think it started out like this, because it didn't. I think it got to a point where it just snowballed. It was dead. Dead did what it does. It snowballed. And now the only way to fix it is to do things that it would hurt people, and people aren't willing to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only way the government could fix it is doing things that would make them not reelected.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, and that's why I said that Biden has the beautiful opportunity of making the hard decision.
Trump does too, by the way.
Trump does have the same opportunity,
this
correct?
rate. Like they both currently have.
Yeah.
Neither one will do it, but
Biden,
they both have it.
Yeah, because the issue with Biden is that he still potentially has a second term.
Well, he doesn't.
So
he dropped out.
Well, yeah, I know he dropped out now, but I'm saying within his first term, he could have done something.
He still can. We still got until November to do something.
he could have actually done something good for the country. Cut our spending is all I'm saying. That's the only thing I'm referring to. I'm not talking about anything else. And then face the fact that he will not get reelected because, like you said, any government, any politician that actually does the right thing for the people at this point will not get reelected.
It's actually just cut spending and charge proper taxes.
Yeah, but I think that the spending is issue number one. Because you could tax us whatever properly it is, but if you keep on spending through the roof.
Amazon then paid 0% in taxes the other year.
Okay, let's say you fix that issue.
I'm just saying.
Amazon starts paying 30% in taxes.
I'm just saying everyone
it
pays
matters
a fair amount.
Nothing.
No, I'm agreeing with you. But if you have zero taxation, you're not gonna pay off the debt either. It's a two-way system.
Yeah, 100%. No, I'm not denying that.
I'm just saying it's a two-way system. You gotta do both, and you gotta do both right. We're already getting taxed up the ass. Well, I will reiterate. People are getting taxed up the ass. Companies, for the most part, are able to skew it very well. So that's why I'm saying do it right.
Yeah. We need to also abolish the 16th Amendment.
Which is that one?
That's the one that allows the government to tax us based off of our income.
Wait, income
it's the
tax?
one that income tax. Income tax was ruled by the Supreme Court as non-constitutional.
The fuck are we doing with income tax then? Listen, I'm against income tax, and on top of all the income tax, you got sales tax, and then on top of the income tax that you use to buy assets that you also got to pay taxes on for selling the asset if you sold it, or you got to pay taxes for the property if it's a property tax.
The one that would have thrown me off the chain, absolutely made me insane, would be the one that taxing uncapitalized gains.
It wouldn't have affected you, but I agree.
I just would have been mad, William. Like
I agree.
Like,
I said I
what
agree.
type of banana cord is that?
Because if you're going to tax me on unrealized gains, you're taxing me on unrealized losses. Like, I'm getting a tax cut. F for you.
Yeah. That's crazy. That was just an absurd statement that I can't believe was said.
Moving forward, Oh, this is the reason why I brought up Powell, was to segue into our friend Elizabeth Warren.
Ooh,
because
your favorite person.
She tweeted out, Fed Chair Powell made a serious mistake not cutting interest rates. He's been warned over and over again that waiting too long risks driving the economy into a ditch. The jobs data is flashing red. Powell needs to cancel his summer vacation and cut rates now, not wait 6 weeks.
Elizabeth Warren could shut up.
I'm also not against, like, I'm actually kind of happy that he's doing whatever he wants to do. Like, he's like, I'm not going to do what you want, I'm doing what I want.
William, that's why he's got so much respect. That's the only reason why he's got so much respect. Because he's low-key about what he's going to do, and then he does whatever he says he's going to do.
Like, he's just doing whatever he wants. I'm like, I'm cool with it. Do you?
Yeah. Yeah. The guy is... He understands how much power... I would say arguably he's the most powerful person in this world right now. He has the ability. Yeah, he has the ability to make things really, really bad, really fast if he wanted to.
Hopefully he doesn't.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't. He seems like a pretty level-headed person.
I think so. On that same note, just to be sure, I want to share a chart. Let me share real quick because this is crypto related. All right, give me 1 second. So this is a chart by Red Capital. Can you see it?
I can see it. Nice and clear.
It's working. So essentially in this, all he's really saying, as you can see here, we are here, orange circle. So as from prior data, we are still not out of this orange circle, meaning we are still not out of the breakout zone, essentially. Mm-hmm. Once we break out of this orange circle, like maybe another 3 months, is when we should be seeing that really big, heavy upwards movement, as you can see here and here. We're just almost there, essentially.
Yeah.
So
this might be the final leg down.
This might be the last one, yes. If relative to the other ones, yeah. There was one here back in the 2023 cycle, in 2020 cycle, a little pullback, but nothing major. This is our biggest one. Mm-hmm. We might see in the next 2 to 3 months, end of September maybe, a breakout. If we're able to reclaim above the 200 and the 50-day MA as prior.
We're looking bullish.
We're still bullish. We still haven't lost any major levels to make us completely and utterly bearish.
So, William, I got a question. What do you think price target on the end of the bull run should be?
Depending how well it goes, I'm sticking to between the 120 to 200,000.
120, 200?
Yeah. 120,000 to 200,000.
That's double to
triple.
Triple?
On the good end, we triple almost. Mm-hmm. Medium end, we 120. I'm really confident we hit 120 to 150. I would love 200 though.
Oh, of course it would. The only people who wouldn't love a 200 are the people who aren't
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But a lot of indicators are saying that 120 is a really safe number.
Yeah. TP zone.
That's pretty much TP zone.
William doesn't believe in TPs for Bitcoin. He says hold that thing with your life.
I don't believe in it because there's going to be a point in time, we're not going to see it happen, but it's going to happen, that ETFs hold all the Bitcoin, whether it be US, Australia, Hong Kong, whatever you want, and then there's not be enough Bitcoin for all you losers out there. And you're all going to want some.
To follow up on the TP of 120 and the bull case of a $200,000 Bitcoin. If Bitcoin does reach $200,000, mm-hmm. What do you think the pullback would be once the bear market is in full effect? I was proven wrong. I said we wouldn't see pullbacks deeper than 20%. I was wrong. We just saw 30. Mm-hmm.
I will keep 30 to 40%. 200,000. 50% one is 100, so 110.
110,000.
110,000, and we get to 200.
Okay, so then 120 is still too low of a TP zone.
Now you take some.
Take some. Take some.
Take some.
True that.
You can take some. If you have a Bitcoin to spare, you can take some. If you're gonna
I don't got a Bitcoin to spare, but
I mean like if you got some Bitcoin to spare.
I got a couple thousand satoshis.
Okay, big dog.
Couple thousand. Yeah.
So on some funny news that I saw on Twitterverse, this was funny.
Yeah.
I
wonder if it's the same funny news I'm thinking of.
Probably hope not. So his Airbnb host catches his guests running a Bitcoin mining farm on his property.
Good for him.
He was tipped off when the power company notified him that renters use a month's worth of electricity in just 4 days.
Oh my goodness.
So the story was the dude starts off with, I 100% respect the hustle and the entrepreneurship. He goes, I have no doubts about this. I love it. However, he goes, the power company goes, look, I think they're running a Bitcoin mining rig because there are no appliances that can be plugged into your house that will be able to absorb the amount of power. Much power. Yeah. He goes, you can charge. That is hilarious. He goes, you can charge more than 8 electric cars with the amount of power that was used in these 4 days. He goes, there is no doubt in our minds, like the electric company, that this is this. Yeah. The electric company sent him emails and phone calls to make him aware.
That's crazy. And so what did the Airbnb owner end up doing?
He sent the emails to Airbnb, and Airbnb told him to get to leave the property immediately. And I think they reimbursed them the electricity.
Airbnb reimbursed the electricity.
I believe so, and the electricity was $6,000.
That guy got kicked off of Airbnb for a fact. That guy is banned. They banned him on Airbnb.
They banned the users.
Yeah, the user. Yeah, not the property owner.
Yeah, $6,000 in 4 days.
Damn, what a scam artist,
dude. It's like I saw another one of a Bitcoin mining rig that this janitor did in a school. The school is paying an additional $15,000 a month to run the rig.
Oh my! I saw that one too. I didn't know how much. I remember seeing like a post of it, but I don't remember the details of it. That's crazy. People are getting. I saw one. I saw one on Reddit where the guy's working for some company. I think it might have been like a fast food chain, and they had a Bitcoin miner just plugged in somewhere random, kind of like under a table, a little bit discreet, but no one like paid much attention to it.
Okay.
And the guy saw it and he knew what it was, and so he went to Reddit to say, hey, what should I do with this thing? Some people were saying it's like, well, if you report it, you're a narc, because that's what the people were saying. They're like, why do you care so much if it's a big company? Like you're not getting anything out of it. It's like, if you want to find out who did it, then either then they're like, just unplug it and wait till the person comes by and replugs it. Yeah, and replugs it and set up a camera or if you really want to screw them over, just take the rig. Just take it home and plug it in whenever you want to plug it in.
But you plug it in, the guy has access. You have to rehost.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to reconfigure stuff for sure.
That's funny.
But yeah, that's insane. The rig was quite expensive itself. It was a couple $1,000s.
It was a bigger rig.
Yeah, it was a pretty big. It was a pretty big rig.
Oh snap! Gotcha. So what do you got for us?
So, have you heard of the pizza index?
I feel like I've heard the name, but I've never looked into it. So I'm gonna say no, I haven't. But I am.
Pizza index.
I'm listening now.
Yeah, so the pizza index is actually a very funny yet somewhat accurate index that people in the open source intelligence community
Open source
use.
intelligence.
Yeah, open source intelligence.
Okay.
Essentially, open source intelligence, OSINT for short, is using free online tools to gather information and conduct some type of like investigation on certain things.
Okay.
So the pizza index, for example, is used to determine if there's anything going down at the Pentagon.
Okay, I'm listening. Not what I thought. I definitely haven't heard of the pizza index.
Yeah. So essentially, a small group of the people in the OSINT community check local pizzerias around the Pentagon to see how many pizzas are being ordered or how much activity there are at pizza restaurants near the Pentagon to see how busy the Pentagon is. As in, like, people are putting in extra hours because some major stuff is going down.
That's smart. Or like, I mean, I think they're limiting on just pizza, but I can see it.
Correct. So this one guy on Twitter, he actually at Real Ben Geller started looking at bars also in the area, and so pizza activity shoots up like crazy. You see all the pizza restaurants super busy, but then bars way below like their usual capacity at that time.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that would be up, but I can see why they're down.
They're down because they're in working.
Well, they're in working. They're not out at the bar.
They're not at the bar.
Yo, okay. So I'm assuming there's information here you're trying to share with us.
Yes. So he posted this out in August 2nd, a few days ago.
Okay, and bars are?
Bars are down, super
and pizza's
empty.
up?
And pizza's mad up.
No. So the Pentagon's at work.
Yeah, the Pentagon's at work. And then shortly after that, we get news about what's going on with Iran and Israel.
Oh, that's right. I haven't caught up to that news. So I'm super behind.
Yeah. I was just looking at one of these security newsletters that I got, and the guy was talking about the pizza indicator. I was like, what's going on with the pizzas? What are they indicating? So pizzas near the Pentagon indicate war, essentially. Not war, but like crazy
high
stuff
stress
going
situations.
On. Yeah. I did find this article because I found this recently by MSN.com saying that Iran wants its Israel retaliation to hurt, but not to start a like bigger war.
Of course not.
Yeah, because war is usually not good for either party. Usually, unless the United States, and then you're making money no matter who's at war.
So that's what in that stock dump that we saw. You know what didn't dump? War stocks.
What? Really?
Lockheed Martin spiked.
Okay.
And all these other publicly traded arms company, military
defense companies.
Defense companies shot up.
Yeah. That's what they go by. Defense.
I was like, what's the name? But they all shot up in value.
Yeah, that's typically what happens whenever some major news goes down.
Wow.
But yeah, pizza indicator, very interesting indication. That was fun.
So they're busy. I mean, god dang it.
Yeah, and then the guy posted. He goes, tomorrow he's gonna check the pizza indicators, and then he's also gonna check gay bars for further analysis.
Why gay?
Because his initial search didn't include gay bars, I guess. So he just wanted to see if gay bars were also down. I guess that would.
What if those are up?
I don't know if those would be up, but if they are normal or up, that would imply that, or not, I don't know about up, but if they were normal, that would imply that not a lot of gay people work at the Pentagon.
And if they're down, it means gay people work at the Pentagon and they're down. But if
exactly.
they're up, now that skews it. Now you got to really investigate why they're up.
Yes, exactly. That's
you got to be like, what's going on here?
Yeah, if they are up, then that's a different story.
Then the Pentagon is using the gay bars as a front.
I don't know how that works, but
it's a front. It's a front. I don't know.
It's an interesting theory. It's an interesting theory.
Hey man.
So I haven't done any research on this, but I heard Kamala Harris picked a running mate.
Oh, she did. Some dude from Minnesota.
Minnesota, fun.
If I'm not mistaken, yeah. So apparently JD Vance is a pro big pharma. Or like that, they're in his pockets.
Ew.
Yeah, it's kind of nasty.
That's not fun. That's not good.
Yeah.
Big Pharma's not our friend.
No, we don't like them.
They want to. I don't.
They want to kill. They want to keep you sick and keep on feeding you the cure.
Yep, that sounds like Big Pharma because they can't make money if you're not sick.
Hospitals can't make money if they don't got you in beds.
That's also true. We need to find like some type of like inverse payment structure for them.
Like less sick people, you get paid more. More sick people, you get paid less.
Exactly.
Right?
I kind of gets thrown off a little bit during like pandemics. It's a lot of sick people.
But they're also, how hard are they working to keep them in beds or get them out?
Yeah.
But then it has the opposite effect. Like they'll just try to get people out even if they're like their arm is severed, but like it's attached kind of. Like you can
you're like, you're good, get out.
You're good. It's like, that's an issue. It's a hard system.
Yeah.
To
it is. Pharma's a big issue though. That's a whole different story.
That's a whole another rabbit hole.
Yeah. I don't think I'm comfortable going down that one. I don't want a target on my back quite just yet.
That's a pretty big one too.
Well, I think this episode's been really fun. Do you have anything else for us?
We talked about it off air, but we should mention it at least now, anyways.
Okay.
Fear and greed index.
Oh, we did mention that. Yeah, you're right.
It's in the shitter.
Big time. It's recovering. Like the market's recovering a little bit, but it got bad.
You saw it at 12. I saw it at 17. When the week prior was at 72. Make that make sense.
Yeah, huge dump. Like it just ran out of fuel completely.
And we had months of like downturn in alts and everything else, and it didn't move. Like because if Bitcoin
stayed strong.
Bitcoin, because apparently it doesn't account for alts, just Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
But even when Bitcoin had those like big wicks down or little sell-offs, it still didn't budge either. But this time it flew to the floor.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I ain't got nothing else.
Yeah. Well, if you made it here, thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for watching. Drop a like,
drop a follow, leave a comment, subscribe,
share.
Do everything you can think of. Stuff. Share your friends. Like just show them like this.
We hope. Yeah, just show it like
just
that.
Show like that. I'll take it.
Be like, check these people out. We love doing this.
And make fun of us if you want to.
Yeah, William's a tough guy. I might cry, but okay. So we can't both be sensitive. I'll stay strong. Okay. Make fun of me.
Get sensitive.
Yeah, it's okay, William. We know.
Well then, it's been another.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
It's been another week
of your favorite crypto podcast.
Sometimes crypto.
The unscripted
crypto podcast. Hey yo.